Let's open up to the crowd. Take a couple questions. Phil, and I'll get right over to you.
Hey, Tom. Thanks so much for your service over the years.
Thank you.
Denver would not be what it is today. As we take a look at building our infrastructure for 100 years, we have the I-70 ditch, we have the C-470 expansion, you have getting the A line right, we have completion of the lines that are out there, and we're going to get about 1 million more people here in Colorado somewhere in the next 25 years. Who are the people that people in this room should put pressure on to actually get to the solutions? Because there's some folks and it's some individuals that may be in the way of getting us to that next step.
So the question is from Phil Ceranic, who's the former mayor of Littleton. Thank you for being here. He has a brace on because he's moving, so hope you heal well.
Maybe when you left, you got that last shot in.
So his question is that there's some estimates that 1 million more people within 20 years. I've actually heard that estimate, that may be within 5 years, within 10 years, just to give you some context to that. Either way, the question is, who should we put pressure on to try to deal with some of the infrastructure issues that we need to address in our state?
I'll be very honest with you. I'm a registered Republican. I was born in a Democratic house, and my father was a prominent Democrat in Minnesota. I think that both parties are so out of whack in understanding what's going on. It's like a bunch of kids in junior high city student council in a pissing contest with each other. And I'm sorry, that's exactly the way it feels. But the reality of that, we get people more interested in power than they are interested in making it a great place. The more we can push down to local governments in this community in the way we think, our own legislature is in the same bollocksed up thing as the feds are. Getting that down to the local level is where people make good decisions, and that's where you can get people informed. It's not a dismissing of politics, because it's your town. It's the place you live in. And we're extraordinary when we get things to those levels. But ultimately, the people who can collect the big money to do the big stuff are still going to be the state. And that's going to be keeping this regional thinking, not just as what do we do in Metro Denver, but how do we push that up to the folks who are going to generate the cash. We're going to have something on the ballot in the next year, probably, for an increase in something related to transportation. I pray every one of you says that. My father used to say to me, he said, I voted for every bond issue when you were a kid because that's the way the world works. When you're an adult and you look at the schools and you get pissed off at them, you're still going to vote yes for them because that's the deal. And the deal in this country has always been that deal, that those that were successful help the folks on their way up. And the folks who got up are the folks who turn around and take the next package. We're not doing that. It's, I've got this and I've got mine and screw you. And that's not the way to think.
So get informed and vote, right?
Absolutely.
Question over here.
Boy, I hope your victory lap. I hope you really, really enjoy it because man, you deserve it. My question though is, when I talk with people from all over, they say how remarkable it is that RTD exists, that you were able to get so many people from all over these cities in the Front Range to get together and spend the money, even if it wasn't going to be immediate benefits for them. And they're saying how amazing it is and how unique it is all over the country that such a thing happens. So my question to you is, do you have any secrets for herding cats?
So the question is, you have all these disparate groups, and what is your advice for herding cats, which all of us can use in our personal lives? Yes.
Well, not that I'm sucking up to the former mayor of Littleton, but he's been a longtime friend of mine. But we did create institutions to create leadership understanding. Our organization trains, the Denver Chamber trains 500 young leaders every year. We manage all the university president's class deals. That's the really smartest kids who spend an extra year. We start with people at 22. We take you all the way up. Somewhere along the line, you are in some kind of leadership program, not designed to get you to run for public office or anything, but here's how it works. Here's how we've been successful. These are the challenges. This is where courage matters, all those kinds of things. And I think one of the reasons Fast Tracks happened was that we had seen all that. The folks who were living here when things were terrible. I think some of the people moving in here now don't realize at one time it wasn't that joyful and beautiful. And I think that's still an ongoing process for all of us.
Cast a larger vision.
There we go. Okay. Cast a larger vision and get them together, right? Let's take one last question, and we need to let him go. Anyone else? No? Going once? Up? Right here.
I have a question. I was here back in '94, and I remember the Brown Plaza, so I do remember that very well. I'm curious, you have a story around how Elitch Gardens moved from further out to I-25, because it seems like I came from Dallas, and the amusement park was way out in the suburbs, so it's kind of like a backwards. You have a story around that.
The question
So
is,
the question, no, go ahead. You want to repeat it? Go ahead.
the question is how the hell we get Elitch to come downtown? Well, part of the problem is that Elitch has had a lot of OSHA issues related to their roller coaster. Any of you remember, they had that little one hanging out there. It's kind of like Lake said, you put your head out, this takes your head right off. But there was a lot of pressure around it from the neighbors. And we were looking for a way of acquiring some property that could be kind of an intermediate use, knowing that eventually we had to have a product that was going to go away, and that park will go away. But I will tell you, it was the greatest thing that ever happened to us with the Democratic National Convention came. These people walk into this incredible downtown, everybody walking around, and they're in walking distance of an amusement park. And the first night they were there, we had the party for them. And these grizzled old television reporters who said, last time I was in Denver in 1986, this place was a pit. What the hell happened here? This is beautiful. And I get to ride for free. If you ever dealt with media guys, you know it's all the freebies, right? But to see that incredible little piece of ground there spoke volumes to what we were trying to do. And ultimately that became Union Station and the yards at Union Station, where I remember the day I went over and met Phil Anschutz and Dick Robinson from Robinson Dairy and said, that we actually could make this 27 pieces of 27 rails that were going through downtown. We could turn it into something extraordinary. Little did any of us know, but thank God for Phil Anschutz. He got his land guys in, and took us a few years, but we turned this into this incredible story.
So I need to get you out of here. For those that don't know, this is one of the, if not the, first times Tom has spoken to a group since announcing his retirement this week. And all of us owe him a debt of gratitude for the amazing things he's done. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you.
I don't do that well. Thank you very much, but it was never about me.